Welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show.
Yes, welcome back to episode 7.
Crikey.
Lucky number 7.
Yeah, do you think it'll make it a good one?
Yeah, we'll make today's really good.
Now, whilst you're listening, just give us a subscribe, a like, a follow and a review because it all helps and we ain't got jobs anymore, so we'd be really grateful. Thank you.
Let's get started.
I feel like mate is catching on because we are getting so many messages on social media from people being like, I was out drunk last night and I started going, mate.
I like the fact people are using this. If you do have a mate or a mate, please let us know what they are.
Got to say hi to Trudy. Now, Trudy's actually an old school friend of mine.
I like the name Trudy. It's
I
a good
do.
name.
She's a good girl. She replied to one of my Insta stories and put, I did this Friday on a night out, wasted Beck. I was like, mate, probably one of the only things I remember.
No way.
She had a bit of a mare, did Trudy. This isn't actually our mate for today, but she was out and she's got a pair of shoes. She told me they're from Dorothy Perkins from 80 years ago.
Is that still open? Oh, from 8 years ago,
Yeah,
right.
I didn't even know people shopped at Dorothy Perkins
Dotty
still.
P's?
But yeah, she obviously, she's got a staple pair of shoes that she really likes. Anyway, wears them out all the time. Wore them out on Friday night. Strap broke on one of them.
Oh, shit.
She had a mare and she couldn't wear it. And apparently the bouncers were like, you need to put your shoes on, love. And she was like, I can't. The strap's broken. Then do you know what happened?
What?
The strap on the other one broke as well. So she was shoeless.
Strapless and shoeless. What did she do?
Well,
That's a mate.
Well, she actually had a little trick.
Go on.
She put like a hairband around the shoe and kind of did a DIY
genius.
job. Yeah, so well done, Trude. But yeah, her 8-year-old shoes from Dotty P's, as we used to call it, they're gone.
Just to go off-piste slightly, talking of shoes, I am going to a wedding on Thursday. I haven't got any shoes yet. Just need some sandals because I've got a full-length skirt, so you can't really see my shoes.
Yeah, but it's important still.
Yesterday, went to Primark. Thought I'd just get some little gold sandals. Found some, but there was like some pearls on them, and one of the pearls had come loose. I thought, I'll get a bit of a discount at the till, right? Queued up, and the sandals didn't have a price on. I didn't know how much they were. I wasn't too worried because they're not going to be expensive, are they?
Well, in Primark, yeah.
Got to the till. I went, I'll have these sandals, although I don't know how much they are, and they're broken, so I'll have a little bit of a discount. She went, yep, fine. So she put the little code in on the bottom of the sandals. She looked at me, looked at the shoe, looked back at the till. And I went, is there a problem? She said, they're £1.
No.
She went, do you still want a discount? What do you think I said?
You said
I
yes.
bloody did. I went, yeah, I will, yeah. 80p, I got them.
No! Do you know what? That is probably the
I'll have a
best
discount.
bargain I've heard of in a long
80p
while.
for some sandals that I'm wearing to this wedding. Do we think the strap is going to break?
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll take Trudy's advice.
Yeah, absolutely. But for
Take some
80p, mate, you
hairbands.
can't go wrong.
Also, I've got another mate. Well, this is actually Georgina, who is my dog's groomer, also a friend.
Oh, hey, Georgina.
We put something on Facebook yesterday about like listening to our podcast, and she put, mate, I can confirm these are hilarious. Talking about our podcast.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Georgina. Karen as well also messaged saying this could be the reason that all my messages now start with the word mate.
I love it.
I love it as well. And also it just sums it up, doesn't it? If you've got a bit of drama going on, just to go, mate, it helps.
Well, I got one yesterday from you. Obviously, we're not going to say why, although it would be funny, but I understand why you don't want to say why. But I got one from, I was in the bath relaxing. I get a voice note and it just goes, oh no, you just typed, didn't you? Oh no, you voice noted me just going, mate.
Oh, did I voice note you?
literally thought, what now? I'm in the bloody bath.
Yeah, you actually told me off. So I voice noted Laura going, mate. She voice noted back going, what now? She went, I'm trying to relax in the bloody bath.
We can't say what it was though, can we?
Well, no, because I feel like I'll get into trouble.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah. And also, I was a little bit drunk last night, so yeah.
We won't mention it. Right, so yesterday we decided to share on Facebook our podcast, because we're on Instagram, don't really go on Facebook, because let's face it, it's shit.
Yeah, I'm not really a Facebook gal, to be honest. And I was a little bit nervous about sharing it on Facebook, because you know what it's like? You have different followers, don't you, on Instagram and Facebook, or I do anyway. And Facebook's a bit more personal, isn't it? I was a bit like, should I share it? I don't know whether to or not.
Yeah, people will just slag you off a little bit more on Facebook.
They do. What is that? Why is that on Facebook?
I don't really know. But do you remember when we first started doing our breakfast show together for the radio station? That is no longer. And it was really interesting because we were a bit nervous to share it. We were just nervous about the whole thing, weren't we?
Yeah.
Because some radio people are horrible. Let's face
well,
it.
well, people kind of like to slag things off, don't they?
Well, yeah, especially radio people.
They do. They like
something
to
new.
Yeah, they like it to fail.
Different.
They
And
like
this
it to
isn't
fail.
All radio people, but some of them are horrible.
Yeah, so this was what was making us nervous. We thought, oh no, we're going to get a bit of a backlash, or people are not going to be not very nice to us. And actually, that's kind of what happened.
Well, yeah, I mean, the people that comment are lovely, and they're like, good luck and blah, blah, blah.
And we appreciate those messages so much, by the way.
The people that we think we're surprised that don't comment are probably like screenshotting it. And well, in fact, we know they did, because that's the problem. If you're gossiping behind people's backs, the people you're gossiping to are also going to gossip about you behind people. Do you know what I mean? It all comes full circle.
Also, it's like on Instagram, because obviously, you know, you can see who's watching your stories. Well, a lot of people in radio will watch the stories, but you won't hear a peep from them. They won't comment. They won't congratulate you. They won't be like, oh, like, well done, that's really good, blah, blah, blah. And I like to think we are both the sort of people, we congratulate people, don't we?
Oh, 100%.
I always think it's really important to build other people up and make people feel good, especially if like they've done something, you know, got a new job or whatever it is. I think it's a really good thing to do.
Do you remember when we found out who made an Ofcom complaint about us on our show?
Yes, I do. So for everyone listening who might not know what an Ofcom complaint is, when you're on the radio, there's like a body that you can go to if people want to make complaints. So like if I swore on the radio, someone might go, oh, I'm going to do an Ofcom complaint. And this happened, didn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very soon on when we started on the breakfast show. And we were really stressed about it because we thought we were going to lose our jobs straight away, didn't we?
Yeah, people were horrible. But we had a mole. Oh God, I don't want to get back onto moles. Is that what you call it?
Why are we obsessed with moles?
Is it a mole?
We had an inside person.
Yeah. So we found out an awful lot. And the people that were doing it, we know of, and we weren't surprised. So it was a bit like, oh, do you know what? Who cares? They're just idiots.
Well, you say that. We kind of weren't surprised, but then I was a little bit surprised. I kind of thought, who's got time to sit there and do this? And like, why are people so bitter and angry that they want to like pull someone else down? Like, I don't understand that.
Well, I wouldn't want to be one of those people. You know, people that makes you feel better by being horrible to someone. Like, what? I just feel sorry for them.
But I think as well, they don't understand that the stress that it causes. Because you know what it's like on social media? You tend to put the really good stuff, the positive stuff. So when we were doing our radio show, obviously it looked like we were having an amazing time every single day of the week.
Do you remember when I remember where I was? I had an absolute meltdown. Do you remember?
I remember this,
and there was something happened, and there was like a conference call called, like, you know, we put together a call because we need to sort a problem out. I was hysterical. I couldn't talk. I was crying. I was trying to fill my car up with petrol. And I remember ringing you and just going, I cannot go on this call. I just can't do it. And you were like, leave it with me. I will sort it. But I was literally like hysterical in my car. It was so horrible and stressful.
Well, didn't you? I actually remember because you were in Tesco, weren't you?
Tesco, yeah.
And you had to abandon your trolley full of shopping because you were so panicked and upset. You'd done some of your shopping and you had to leave it there. And these are the things that people don't see. And obviously, you know, we pick and choose what we put on social media, etc. But that is because of these people who are trying to bring us down for no reason. What have we ever done to these people?
Absolutely nothing. And I think you can't do the same with this podcast. You can't go to Ofcom. Or can you? Actually, I don't actually know. Can you?
Do you know what? Those people are probably listening now as they're doing a complaint.
Writing, she just said this. Oh, bugger off. Literally, I've had enough of people like that. Right. I'm going to admit something here.
Go on. This is a day of revelations, isn't it?
So this morning, I went and got my nails done and just got some little bits and bobs because I'm off to Malta tomorrow for my friend's wedding.
Oh, no, I don't want you to go.
Now, when we went to Mallorca, the day before we went to Mallorca, I was skipping about. I probably did get my nails done. We were talking about what we're going to wear. Today I was a bit like, oh, I wish Becky was coming with me.
Your husband's going to listen to this and just be like, oh, cheers, love.
It's not as exciting. I mean,
Of course it's not.
I'm not talking about the wedding. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I've got a really good table, by the way. I can't wait to share with you.
Are you
what
on
happens.
the good table?
Yeah, I am on the good table. Yeah,
So jealous.
but I was like, it's like I'm looking forward to going, but I'm a bit like, oh.
The thing is,
yeah,
do you know what? When you go with a girly mate and you have a great time, there's nothing like it. And obviously, we went to Mallorca after getting sacked, and we had such a good time. Like it was brilliant from start to finish, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I think. Let me pre-warn you what's not going to happen on this holiday with your husband, all right? There's not going to be any fun drunkenness on the plane or talking to random men.
No.
That's not going to happen because you're with your husband.
Yeah.
Also, there's probably not going to be...
Malta as well. It's a different clientele, isn't it? It's not likely going to be full of hen do's and stag do's, is it, Malta?
I'm afraid not, no.
So it's going to be a very quiet flight.
It's going to be boring.
I might have a cup of tea.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, God, I actually feel sorry for you. Also, there's not going to be any, like, partying by the pool in the day with drinks and shots. You're not going to be doing that with your husband.
Do you know what I might even do? Take a book.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, God.
This is worse than I
Which book
thought.
should I take? I quite fancy actually reading the Philip Schofield.
Don't get excited about it. No, this is not good, Laura. Also, your husband's been WhatsApping you this morning.
Yeah.
He's stressing, isn't he?
Does
He's one of those
stress a little
stressy
bit.
travellers.
Yeah,
Especially
whereas you're the opposite. You're like, oh, no. Oh, COVID pass? No.
I'm literally such a last minute Larry. It's a wonder I actually get abroad. But I'm quite chill, aren't I? I'm like, the plane's boarding. Oh, we'll stay in, have another glass of Prosecco.
Yeah, I mean, when we left Mallorca, we were sat at the bar and I was like, look, we literally need to go or I'm going to have a panic attack. You're like, oh, right, I'll just finish this little biscuit I got with my coffee. And I was like, we need to go.
Oh, I am like literally chill on another level.
But that's good.
Yeah, but listen, have a lovely holiday with your stressy husband, won't you? Enjoy your book and your cups of tea by the pool.
Right, I've got a mate for today. It's a quick one. Oh, go on. What have I missed?
We haven't done what's going on in the world.
Oh, what is going on in the world?
Well, this is an interesting one today. Philip Schofield, right?
Oh, yeah. Old Scove.
We like Scove. Everyone likes Scove. So obviously he is not with his wife anymore.
No.
But they still seem to be friends. So there's a picture of them together at Wimbledon.
Here it is. I mean, this is lovely. So he is sat having a jolly old time with his wife. Are they still married?
I think they're still married, but they split 2 years ago. Obviously, Phil is gay. But they look like they're having a great time together. She's on the Prosecco. They're laughing their heads off. I mean, it looks a riot, actually.
I mean, they still look like they're best mates. A fair play to her.
Could you do this? Your husband, James, if he came home one day and went, listen, love, there's something I've been keeping inside. I like men. You don't do it for me. I like men.
I don't know. I think half of Mel wouldn't be surprised.
What? Where did that come from?
No, let me explain. No.
Sorry about this, James.
No, what I love about James is he's quite flamboyant, James.
Are we outing your husband on our podcast?
No, I just mean he's fun and
he's jolly.
I don't know. Okay, look, let's stop. I don't mean that. I would be very surprised.
God.
But I don't know how I'd feel. I think I'd be like, oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, but I don't know, like...
Could you remain friends with him after that? Would you still remain close, or would you be like, nah, mate, if you want to go down Canal Street every Saturday night, you need to leave?
I think it'd depend on what his new partner was like.
Has Phil got a partner?
Well, this is the thing. I don't know. I think this makes a bit of a difference, doesn't it? But I just think that is lovely. That is just lovely, isn't it? Look at them both chuckling away.
If you can do it, fair
They
play.
were married for a long time.
I don't know if I could do it. I mean, I would be quite happy that my husband or partner hadn't left me for another woman. That'd be a big tick. I'd be like, oh, it could have been worse. It could have been a bird he'd left me for. So I'd be quite happy about that. But I just don't know if I could do it.
To be fair, I think my husband does well with me and you. Because it is kind of like, I mean, obviously we're not romantically involved.
No, but people would think that we were.
Where were we? Where we talked like we were together.
We do it all the time.
We weren't. Where were we? We were somewhere.
Was it looking around houses when I was buying a house? Yeah.
And then we just thought, oh, we'll just let people think we are. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, we've even got a joint bank account now, haven't we? We actually have opened up a bank account together. And at one point, we were talking about me moving next door to Laura as well. And your husband, I mean, literally, bless him, he's got the patience of a saint.
I think if I came out to my husband, he'd be like, yeah, I thought it wouldn't.
Yeah. Is it Becky? Is it with Becky?
He wouldn't even have to ask.
No.
I'm moving in with Becky. He'd be like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah, I saw it coming for years, love, I'll be honest.
No difference, is there? Right, time for my mate.
Yeah, let's now get on to the mate.
Let's finish with my mate. Right, so went to Brighton at the weekend and I did something, and you know when you do it, as you're doing it, you're like, what are you doing? Stop. But you're moving,
can't stop.
the action is there, So got to the Airbnb that my in-laws had booked for us. So we were a little bit late because of the traffic. So when we got there, my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law, Joy and Matt, were there like, right, quick, just want to check you like your bedroom because we can swap things around because they like to give us the big bed.
I like that, though. When you get to an Airbnb or a hotel, you look at your room and decide who's going where. I love that.
So she went, right, there's this one, which is on the ground floor, this one. She said, but she said, I think the bed's a little bit smaller, so come upstairs and look at this one. So all us three went upstairs, me, Matt and Joy. And she went, there's this one. I think the bed's a bit bigger. And I went, oh, yeah. She went, will that one be all right?
Oh, shit. Joy sounds lovely, by the way.
She is lovely. And then I went, and then I got the frame of the bed and I started rocking it as if I was testing if the bed made a noise.
Oh,
and
God.
as I,
in front of your mother-in-law?
Essentially shaking the bed, I'm like, what am I doing? And Matt, my brother-in-law, went, oh, right. Just testing the bed, Law. And I was like, oh, no, I meant to see if it was sturdy. And I'm like, just shut up, Laura. Just shut up. And she's
what
like,
made you do that?
No, I tested it as if we were about to have some
mad sex on there. Some mental
and their
sex.
bedroom was next door. So I bet she was like, oh, God. And
I bet she wore her earplugs that night.
And then I went, this bed will be fine. Yeah, this bed will be fine. Let's just leave the bedroom.
So what? Right, let's just rewind. So there you are, seeing if it like bangs against the wall or makes some squeaks.
I carried on, just moving it.
But what was Joy's face? Your lovely, dear mother-in-law.
She just stood there and watched me.
Yeah.
And I didn't stop. It was almost like I was just...
You couldn't stop.
Couldn't stop shaking the bed. Even when we were all looking at each other, I was like, just stop. Just stop moving the bed frame. I was like, no, my body's just carrying on.
I can't stop. Oh, poor Joy. She would have gone to bed that night picturing you and her son having sex.
Stop it.
She would.
She wouldn't. Stop.
She would.
No,
I'm sorry, but that is the reality. And she'd have probably turned to Mike, who's your lovely father-in-law, and gone, oh, Mike, put your earplugs in. I think Laura and James are going to have sex tonight.
Becky!
And I think they're going to have noisy sex.
They're going to listen to this.
Sorry, but you were the one who did the bed in front of them.
Stop saying sex.
Mike and Joy, they have sex, okay?
No, right.
They have sexual intercourse.
I'm going to delete this bit.
No, you're not.
I bloody am.
Should we leave it there?
Yes, I'm off. That's embarrassing. I'll be back tomorrow. I might not be.